students to the Udbodhan Satra of the 16th annual meet of Vivekananda Kendra Vidyalaya, Nalbari.
স্বামীজীয়ে কৈছে, উঠা জাগা নিজৰ লক্ষ্য প্ৰাপ্তি নোহোৱালৈ নৰবা। নমস্কাৰ। বিবেকানন্দ কেন্দ্ৰ বিদ্যালয় নলবাৰী পৰিয়ালৰ তৰফৰ পৰা আপোনালোক সকলোকে মই মহাশ্বেতা ডেকাই বিদ্যালয়ৰ 16 সংখ্যক বাৰ্ষিক অধিৱেশনলৈ আদৰণি জনাইছোঁ। লগতে আপোনালোকৰ পৰা মৰম চেনেহ আৰু আশীৰ্বাদ বিচাৰি অনুষ্ঠানটি আৰম্ভ কৰিব ওলাইছোঁ। 16 সংখ্যক বাৰ্ষিক অধিৱেশনৰ শুভ আৰম্ভণি এগছি বন্তি প্ৰজ্বলনে কৰিবৰ বাবে আজিৰ বিশিষ্ট অতিথি ডক্টৰ সঞ্জীৱ কুমাৰ ফুকন দেৱৰ লগতে বিদ্যালয়ৰ অধ্যক্ষ ঋত্বিক চক্ৰৱৰ্তী ছাৰক অনুৰোধ জনাইছোঁ।
Om Shanti 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 Om Sahana Bhavatu Sahano Bhunaktu Sah Veryam Karvavahai Tejasvinavadhitamastu ma vidvishavahai Om Shanti Shanti Shanti.
Fukan with a fulam gamosa and a token of love. Srimati Lalima Talukdar is the Inspector of Physical Education, Nalbari. The UDC of District Sports Office.
Then through study of Bhagavad Gita. By saying so, we all understand from this thought that Swami Vivekananda understood the importance of sports. Every sport has something to offer. I, on behalf of Vivekananda Kendra Vidyalaya, Nalbari, welcome each and everyone to this 16th annual meet of the Vidyalaya. Most particularly, the chief guest of today's Udbodhan Satra, Dr. Sanjeev Kumar Fukan, ACS, SDO Southern Nalbari, who came to our school a few months ago before conducting a very important competitive examination at our Vidyalaya. And while interacting with him, we understood about his association with education, and the members of our staff felt that if we invite him to this meet, he will be able to encourage our students. His presence itself will encourage and motivate all of us. With that feeling, we have invited him, and we are very much grateful that Sir has spared his time, valuable time, to be with us today on this day. Very important for all of us. Secondly, it is my honor to meet for the first time respected Loni Talukdar Madam from District Sports Office. She is the Inspector of Sports, Nalbari District, responsible for all the sporting activities in the district. She has been taking care of various activities in this district. The sports instructors are working with her guidance, so her presence also will definitely motivate all of us today. Then we have with us today another guest, Mr. Karuna Burman. He is not only from the District Sports Office, he is also a parent of our students. His elder son passed from this school earlier, and there is still a student studying in this school. So I welcome each one of you today, and along with you, all the respected parents of our students who have come to view different events as well as encourage the students. Your presence is also solicited on the other days as well. We have Udbodhan Satra on 9th, and till 9th we have various sporting and cultural events to be held at school. And just like today, if you come to school during the sporting and the cultural events and cheer our students, they all will be encouraged, they will feel encouraged. I also welcome the students who are going to participate in various sporting and cultural events, the band display teams, the march past teams, the participants of all the 4 houses, and last but not least, our staff members. With this, with a sincere hope that everything will go smoothly with the grace of Almighty, I conclude my welcome speech. Thank you.
तब शुभ आशीष माहे, गाहे तब जय गाथा, जन गण मंगल। जय हे, जय हे, जय हे,
भारत माता की
जय।
भारत माता की
जय।
भारत माता की
जय।
कमांडर टोपी पहन।
मतलब जरूरत पड़ता है।
The first torch bearer of the event is Bipul sir. Bipul sir is running toward Sunil sir. Sunil sir is running. This is Bipasa Didi holding the torch. Now she has handed it to Neetu Didi. The torch goes to Dipankar sir now. It is Krishna sir holding the torch. Neetu Didi is running enthusiastically. Oh, sorry, Namita Didi is running enthusiastically. It is Ganashri Didi now who is bearing the torch. Now the torch goes to Jyotirmoy sir. Finally, the torch comes to Bipul sir's hand. The torch of the event is now on our school premises.
To take part in the 16th annual meet, respecting and abiding by the rules, and in the spirit of fair play, inclusion and equality, together to stand in solidarity and commit ourselves to sport without cheating, without any form of discrimination. We do this for the honor of our houses to make the world a better place.
चारों हाउस आपके निरीक्षण के लिए हाजिर है सुभाष।
The commander has requested the distinguished guests to inspect and have a round of the houses. Now at your side is the gracious tomb of Sri Ramakrishna Paramahansa House. The guests have visited Swami Vivekananda House. It is Bhagini Nivedita House that the guests have passed. The guests are moving. March past is all about synchronizing.
मन से गुजरने के लिए अनुमति प्रदान करें।
The commander has sought permission from our honorable guests for the march past.
ग्रेट सावधान। ग्रेट तीनों तीन कदम से मन से गुजरेंगे। ग्रेट
দলটোক আগুৱাই লৈ আহি আছে প্লাটুন কমাণ্ডাৰ দিশান্ত অধিকাৰী।
Right in front, marching Platoon Commander Dishant Adhikari and Assistant Platoon Commander Kaushik Bara, guiding the entire parade.
House.
Now, at your gracious side is the Sri Ramakrishna Paramhans House, Commander Yashodhara Kashyap, flag bearer.
এয়া মঞ্চৰ সন্মুখেৰে আগবাঢ়িছে স্বামী বিবেকানন্দ হাউচ, কমাণ্ডাৰ আশা কাশ্যপ, ফ্লেগ হোল্ডাৰ জ্যোতিস্মিতা দেৱী।
Now, Swami Vivekananda House is marching majestically.
ভগিনী নিবেদিতা হাউচ মঞ্চৰ সন্মুখেৰে আগবাঢ়িছে।
Bhagini Nivedita House is also marching adorably, commanded by Ananya Kashyap, flag bearer Garima Burman, and placard holder Mili Antana Barua.
মা সাৰদা হাউচ মঞ্চৰ সন্মুখেৰে আগবাঢ়িছে। কমাণ্ডাৰ ৰাশি জৈন, ফ্লেগ হোল্ডাৰ দীক্ষিতা শৰ্মা।
Now, at your side is Ma Sarda House, Commander Rashi Jain, flag bearer Dikshita Sharma, and placard holder Yananda Hajalka. And last but not least, Commander.
Respected guardians and dear students, well, it has been an absolute honor for me to be a part of this annual meet of Vivekananda Kendra Vidyalaya. Well, it reminds me of my days when I was a student and when I had been a teacher for 12 years. Prior to this career in civil service, I have been a teacher for 12 years and the last 7 years was in the capacity of assistant professor in the Department of Economics of Chakravarty. First of all, I wish Happy New Year to all, and I pay my respect to Swami Vivekananda ji, and I hope this year turns out to be a happy, peaceful and prosperous year for all. And I pray that this year becomes a COVID-free year. We have already lost two valuable years, 2020 and 2021. I'm sure I am hopeful that this year will be free from COVID. I'd like to address mostly to the students, as I don't have any expertise to address to the teachers as well as the parents. Well, annual meet or a program like this is a program that helps to achieve the aims of education. In the narrowest form of aims of education, aim of education is to impart knowledge and develop some sort of skill. But it will be very limited view or narrow view of the aims of education. We know that our state or the country as a whole has a rich cultural heritage, and education must bear the responsibility to transmit or to transfer this rich heritage to the next generation. And annual meet, which includes different cultural activities, is an exercise in that direction. And it also helps in all-round development of education, all-round development of the children, which is one of the important aims of education. The very term co-curricular activities imply the importance of the physical or cultural activities. Co means it has equal status with that of curricular activities. Anyway, I'd like to quote Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam, who is known as People's President. It's a familiar quote on dream. Dream is not something to see while sleeping. Dream is something which doesn't let you sleep. That means in order to be successful, we must have a dream. We must have a goal in our life. But we have to put our effort, time and energy consistently to fulfill the dream. In that sense, it is said that dream is something which doesn't let you sleep. Dear students, probably all of you are aware of the old saying, old proverb, "Jack of all trades but master of none." If a person has no mastery over any particular subject or any field, but he has little knowledge in different fields, in that sense it is said that he is a jack of all trades but master of none. But in the present day context, we have to redefine this proverb. We need to give a fresh look, fresh perspective to the old saying, "Jack of all trades but master of none." The last word of the proverb is none, and the first letter of the word none is N. And if we remove this letter, then the proverb becomes "Jack of all trades but master of one." That means the demand is that the time demands that a person, or for example a children or a student, has to be a master of one. But that is not sufficient. He has to be jack of all trades. That means for that we have to organize different types of activities like this annual meet. I'd like to quote a sentence: "The best is the worst enemy of good." The best is the worst enemy of good. The best is the ideal situation. But in the process of trying the best at the very beginning, at the end of the day, one may not be able to do something which is not the best but good. That means we must have the courage to face our mistakes. That means we should have the beginning. At the beginning, we may meet failure, but we should keep on doing the things. Only then there will be success. There is no shortcut to success. Only hard work pays. And if we meet failure, if we fail in a particular field, then we should interpret it as first attempt in learning. If we de-abbreviate the word fail, it will mean it is first attempt in learning. Well, every person has a problem. For student or whatever he or she is, or whatever be the profession, every person has problem in his or her life. It is the attitude to the problem that makes the difference. That means if we start a particular thing, a particular work with a positive attitude, definitely we'll win the battle, we'll attain the goal. I'd like to share one experience, one incident of Dale Carnegie, who is a famous motivational writer. Probably many of the students have heard his name, Dale Carnegie. One of his friends was very disappointed, he was very frustrated, and he met Dale Carnegie. Please give me some solution, I want to get rid of these problems. Then Dale Carnegie led his friend to the graveyard, and he told his friend that this is the only place where we won't have any problem. Since we are living beings, we will have the problems. So the best way to face the problem is to face it. We should not adopt an escapist policy. If we try to avoid a particular problem, for a particular period of time, it may help us to get rid of that particular problem. But definitely a time will come, sooner or later, that particular problem will crop up once again, and maybe in a more severe form. That's why it is said that the best way to get rid of a problem is to face it. And in a particular field, instead of becoming a very good performer, sometimes we may need to be a good performer or an average performer. Let me give an example. Probably, অসমীয়াত প্ৰথমতে কৈ লওঁ বাক্যটো আমি ধান খেৰৰ দৰে দপদপাই জ্বলি সোনকালে নুমাই যোৱাতকৈ আমি তুঁহ জুইৰ দৰে উমি উমি জ্বলি থকাটোৱেই ভাল. So in a particular field, a person may develop some sort of skill and he may be outstanding at a particular instance or so. Later on he lacks consistency and completely he disappears from the scene and completely disappears from that particular field. He becomes a forgotten chapter. But instead of that, may a person be an average performer or good performer instead of being an outstanding performer for a particular period of time only. Let him or her be an average performer or good performer, but a consistent performer. So what I am trying to focus is the word is consistency. Dear students, I hope that this is a platform, this annual meet is a platform for you to develop your talents. These co-curricular activities are one of the means to sublimate our instincts, because teenage or adolescence period is a period of strain and storm. It is a period of extra energy and extra emotions. And if these extra energy and extra emotions do not find a proper outlet, then it may develop some sort of juvenile delinquency. So co-curricular activities are important in many respects. It supplements our instincts, it channelizes our energy, and more importantly, it inculcates values which are missing in today's life. For example, in case of a team game, we need to develop cooperation, understanding, and sacrifice at some point of time. For example, there may be a good striker in a football team, but an average player is getting a chance to score a goal. But if he tries, it may not result in a goal. That's why sometimes the average player needs to sacrifice that. That means he has to pass the ball towards the forward, which is more experienced in scoring the goals. So these team events help to develop different values, cooperation, understanding, sacrifice, etc. Last but not the least, I'd like to share one of my feelings. I may not be very correct in that respect. For leadership, one important quality is to be a good listener. Why? When a person speaks, I'm not saying simply because I'm this side of the lectern. When a person speaks, he speaks on the basis of his previous knowledge as well as experiences. So he or she, the speaker, may not gain much from the speech. But when a person listens to a speaker, then he has access to the knowledge or experience, glimpse of knowledge or experience of the speaker. In that sense, I'm saying so, that we need to be a good listener, to be a good leader, or to succeed in life. So, at different points of time, we may meet failure, so we may be disappointed for a moment. In that case, I'd like to suggest the students to look down the ladder who are behind them. That means there may be many more instances of failures in others' lives as well, and still a person may be in a better position than the rest. That's why he or she should not be demotivated. He or she should keep on trying. So definitely this positive attitude or this determination in mind will help him or her to achieve the goal. I'd like to once again confer thanks to Honorable Principal of this Institute of Repute for giving me an opportunity to be here. It has been an honor to be here and get the privilege to speak a few words, because I have gotten an opportunity to come out of my daily routine schedule, and it's reminded me of my days when I was a teacher or when I was a student. With these words, I'd like to conclude my speech. Thanks to all, thanks to Principal and all the members of teaching and non-teaching staff of this institute. And I hope this event, annual meet, will come to a happy conclusion on the 9th of this month. Thank you. Thank you all.